I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, September the 30th, 2014. Jewish organizations commended Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech at the United Nations General Assembly yesterday. The Anti-Defamation League's national chair and national director Barry Curtis Lusher and Abe Foxman, respectively, called it an unvarnished and sobering catalog of the challenges of militant Islam and its pursuit of global primacy, the hypocrisy of the UN Human Rights Council, and the dangers of allowing Iran to reach the threshold of a nuclear weapons breakout capability. Both the ADL and the American Jewish Committee said the Prime Minister spoke, quote, truth to power to the UN members, not only about the threats of global terror and Iran, but also in regards to the IDF's recent Operation Protective Edge in Gaza, which Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas on Friday accused Israel of being an operation of genocide. Netanyahu sharply responded to those accusations at the UN yesterday, where he said the IDF upheld the highest moral values in its operation and did everything to prevent civilian casualties in Gaza, and slammed Hamas for using civilians as human shields.
No other country and no other army in history have gone to greater lengths to avoid casualties among the civilian population of their enemies. Now, this concern for Palestinian life was all the more remarkable, given that Israeli civilians were being bombarded by rockets day after day, night after night.
Regarding peace with the Palestinians, Netanyahu said he was ready to make a historic compromise for a, quote, genuine peace. AJC Executive Director David Harris said of Netanyahu's address, may his eloquent speech serve as a clarion call for the dangers that lurk and also for the opportunities at hand. The death of a young Israeli man thought at first to have been accidental is now being investigated as a possible nationalistically motivated murder. 26-year-old Netanel Ro'i Arami was doing exterior work on the side of a building in Petah Tikva 2 weeks ago when the cables he was rappelling from apparently snapped and he fell to his death. Police are now looking into whether there was any sabotage or deliberate wrongdoing that led to the fall. An Arab worker at the company was initially questioned and then released. Arami's family is convinced the incident was not an accident, and the investigation is ongoing. He leaves behind a wife who is pregnant and 2 children. The oldest synagogue in Kiev was reportedly the target of an attempted attack on the eve of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. A local news website, which belongs to the Jewish Kiev watchdog on anti-Semitism, reported that a firebomb was thrown at the Great Choral Synagogue on September the 24th. However, it exploded outside the building and no damage was caused to the synagogue itself. The Vatican is donating $125,000 to the Auschwitz-Birkenau Foundation, the body that oversees the preservation of the former Nazi death camp in Poland. Vatican Secretary of State Pietro Parolin said, given our limited resources, the amount is small, but it is an expression of our full support for the Auschwitz-Birkenau Foundation. The announcement appeared yesterday on the website of the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial Museum. The Vatican is one of 31 states or countries who have pledged funds to the foundation, which aims to raise $162 million to preserve the authentic remains of the former Nazi death camp. So far, $129 million has been raised. And staying with the Vatican, Pope Francis has called on his ambassadors to the Middle East to partake in a meeting next month in response to the alarming rise of the Islamic State or ISIS. The meeting, which will take place October the 2nd through the 4th at the Vatican, will include Vatican ambassadors to Jordan, Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey, Israel, and the Palestinians, as well as representatives to the United Nations and the European Union. The Natan Fund, a giving circle of young professionals in New York City that support Jewish and Israeli nonprofits, has announced a new giving platform and movement called Amplifier. Amplifier is a global network of giving circles inspired by Jewish values. It seeks to unite other such circles and connect them to each other. Natan's executive director, Felicia Herman, said people are craving a meaningful experience with giving, and giving circles can provide just that. She said the circles enable members to discover their giving passions and then to give in a way that is transparent, intentional, hands-on, and social, no matter how much money they have or what types of causes they want to support. Amplifier is being funded in its beginning stage by the Charles and Lynn Schusterman Family Foundation. And turning now to our JBS programming for tonight, Tuesday, September the 30th. Coming up at 8 o'clock, Jewish history and author Ken Spiro gives a presentation on anti-Semitism beginning in the Middle Ages through the Holocaust and up to the present day. That's from the Fifth Avenue Synagogue in New York City. And then at 9 o'clock, Mark Golub is joined by Rabbi David Wolpe of Sinai Temple in Los Angeles on L'Chaim to talk about various aspects of Jewish life today. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, September the 30th, 2014. I'm Teisha Bader.